Philip, Kate, Dick, what is that commotion out there?
Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Alright everybody, do your positions. We're gonna get out of here as quickly as we can.
Checking all systems.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform.
Fuel, weapons, check. Pre-launch diagnostics check.
All employees proceed
Right, let's get moving. I can already feel it getting warmer in here.
Systems ready.
Artemis Lodge Traffic Control, this is Federal Corvette Gunship Diplomat for emergency departure clearance. How copy? Alright, we're not getting any response. We're go for lift. Emergency protocol. Departure handover. I've got the stick. Artemis Lodge Traffic Control. Gunship Diplomat is clear of your access corridor. Does anybody copy? Traffic Control. Does anybody copy? I don't think anybody ain't made it out.
People who point out your flaws aren't always your enemies. People who talk about your virtues aren't always your friends. Remember that.
Commander, this is an urgent message from the Pilot Federation. Do not be alarmed. The starport you were previously docked at has come under attack and your ship has been moved to the rescue ship Vancouver 3 for its own safety. The Pilots Federation would not charge you for this service, but we would appreciate any assistance you can provide towards the current rescue effort. This message will expire in 30 days.
I can lower the gear.
In a moment. In short, what had originally started as a story about the defense of Artemis Lodge became something else entirely. It became a story about its evacuation. I wish I could tell you that it had a happy ending, but in the Pleiades Nebula, not every story ends that way. It didn't take a genius to figure out that this was a response, a measured reaction to the victories that the gunship Diplomat had been claiming over the last several days. Operation Ida alone could not have turned back that many scouts by themselves, and even with the combined effort of the Hut and truckers, we were barely making a dent in the local population. But it didn't seem that way a few days ago. This is Artemis Lodge. It's a Coriolis-class starport in the first rings of the first planet in the Kalano system. Ever since the Thargoids first reappeared 2 years ago, the system has been under a state of constant siege, and as you can see from these reconnaissance photos, the situation has not been improving since. The number of non-human signal sources we're detecting in the area can fluctuate anywhere between 78 and 120. In addition to what we've already learned about the Scout Marauders, the intelligence photographs have come in of the Basilisk-class interceptor. Now, we managed to take one of these down already, but I think we got very lucky in that fight. It's not one that I want to repeat anytime soon, so we're going to study up on this thing. The Basilisk can usually be found in NHSSs with threat levels of 5 or higher. These signal sources can typically be avoided, so we're going to be aiming mostly for 3s and 4s. At threat levels of 6 or higher, they can often appear as escorts to the Scout Marauders. We'd like to avoid that as well. A Thargoid Basilisk usually deploys up to 64 Thargon interceptor drones. These are like limpets on steroids. The only weapon that's effective at eliminating these swarms is the remote flak cannon, which is on its way to Artemis Lodge now. Every Thargoid interceptor has a number of hearts on its back. The Basilisk class has 5 of these. These are exerted by causing damage to the hull, using these. It is extremely important that at least one heart is destroyed every 7 minutes or the Thargoid will enter an enraged state. In this state, its weapons will become more powerful and its behavior much more aggressive. Now, I just wanted to say we've come a long way, and I'm proud of each and every one of you, and the progress that you've been making as a member of my crew. We just recently made our very first elite in trade, and now we're on our way to our second, in combat. So far, we've been making a lot of progress with this, and dumped a lot of starfish along the way. Joining us again today will be NPC Brittany Coffey, who in her short time with us as our fighter pilot has proven herself to be very able. Now everybody knows their position, everybody knows the drill. Let's go out there, do Operation Ida, and the Hutton Truckers proud. For the mug.
Over that, sir. Deploy the fighter. We're outnumbered here, Commander. We've got to fight smart.
Maverick 1, focus my target.
Successfully deployed, Commander.
Focus my target.
Affirmative. I see the target, Commander. Moving to attack position. My ship is under fire. Request help immediately.
Maverick 1, defensive posture.
Okay, let's look up all sides, Commander. Stand by.
Maverick 1, focus my target. Fire when ready.
Affirmative. I see the target, Commander. Moving to attack
Hawk 1,
position.
fire. Hawk 1, fire. Maverick 1, focus my target.
Breathe easy, Commander. Enemies eliminated.
Good
On
job,
the way,
Maverick
Commander.
1.
Docking protocols initiated.
Recall fighter.
Receiving telemetry. Stand by. Opening hatch.
Now let's deal with this caustic damage. This is going to hurt our hull.
Fighter is docked successfully. We can be on our way, Commander.
When your ship begins to take damage from a Thargoid missile, there are many ways that you can deal with it. The first and most obvious are decontamination limpets, but you're not always going to be carrying them. Diving into the exclusion zone of a star is also another way to generate the heat that you need to get the job done. If you're in a hurry, however, bring your throttle to full zero, come to a full stop, and begin recharging your frameshift drive. At the same time, engage silent running mode to close up your exhaust vents and start building up intense heat. Once you exceed 200% of your ship's tolerance, you will begin taking heat damage, but at the same time, the acid will be baked off. If you still have any left, this would be a very good time to fire your heat sink. Then you can recall your fighter and be on your merry way. Alright, we are ready for action. A little bit of nicks and chips all over.